It's Friday, May 9th, and let's go into the garden and see how everything's growing. As we always do, we're gonna start with our pretties. The dahlias are just about to bloom. Look at the size of these, y'all. I'm probably going to actually grow them a little bit different next year because those stalks are so heavy, I don't want them to break off. And I will definitely not plant short pretties behind the dahlias. Oh, y'all look. Now I did mix the dahlias up, and look at this beautiful color. I didn't realize I had a couple of blooms. And there's one there. I have more dahlias here. There again, I mixed seeds. So I'm hoping that it'll be variegated colors. Y'all look at the red dragon zinnias. It was seeds that I found that I didn't realize I had. And I didn't remember putting them because I didn't label all of the mineral tubs with the flowers. But isn't it odd that I mixed the red along with these? Moving forward, I think I'm gonna incorporate, because I've got plenty of the seeds, with yellow tip flowers. Now these are called dwarf zinnias. There again, I don't know what color, but they've all got little heads of blooms about to burst. Here's more dahlias. I did not know I put them in this mineral tub. So I'm gonna be more mindful. Y'all, I got excited. This is our new garden. So I did get excited. And yes, the deal. It's wicked. There's no other words. Yeah, I got to get busy, guys. Right here at the little garden shed, look at the alyssums. They are flourishing. And here's the other pot. I wanted more flowers this year, and I'm so glad that I finally did it. So who says 8 and 9-year-old seeds won't bless us? Now it's hard to see in this mineral tub here. I just threw a mixture of seeds. Got a marigold, and I noticed I have a dahlia coming up. It's the mineral tub that holds our welcome friend sign. And these zinnias are about to bloom, but I want y'all to see something. Yes, these seeds, what were they, American Seed Company? Look at this. So they're throughout. So I know that those packs will probably do me well next year. Let's start at the first run, the front of the garden. Remember, I've got a roselle here and a roselle at the other end that was gifted to me. And look at them. And all along this side is the top pick purple hulls. And on this side is our okra. Remember, I didn't plant a lot of okra this year because I've got still quite a bit from last year. So we'll just slowly walk and look. The sun's out. It has been raining off and on. This marigold, way too many seeds. Because you can't find it for the lemon balm. Look at that. Yes, I'm gonna have to remove some of this lemon balm next year. Add it to some more empty buckets. Because guys, this has gone nutso. Okay, we'll get back. Tomatoes, lots of blooms, and I do have tomatoes showing up. Here's another marigold. And do y'all see that mud down there? With all the rain, we now know where another low spot is that we're gonna have to fix. So one good thing about the new garden and all this rain, it's letting us know where we need to put some attention moving forward. I mean, it's a 15-degree drop when you get underneath the shade cloth. And you want to know what tomato this is? Now, y'all know it's not a Lippy garden without a few of these. Okay, we're going to go on down. I'm going to watch where I step. Oop, y'all probably saw me step in a hole with the camera. These are indeterminate. Remember, I ended up with 5 somehow underneath the hoops. Well, this is why I say no indeterminates underneath the shade cloth. Okay, now we're at the long run where we had a mystery bug. Well, when I sprayed, I think I eradicated the problem. Here's another problem. Too many marigolds, Lippy, in with the tomatoes. And this tomato plant is called Tashi. I've never planted them, but I had the seeds, and I want y'all to look. It's loaded. So I don't know anything about them. I had the seeds, and I planted them. This may turn out to be another fantastic tomato that we want to continuously grow. Peppers are starting to put little blooms on, because if y'all remember the first set of blooms, I did pull. And now they're making their second run of blooms. And here is that plant that was eat to nothing. Remember? Guys, leaves are coming back, so we may get to keep this banana. Okay, I'm just gonna scan side to side, slowly. And here we go. And here's another funny. That's a full bucket of marigolds. It's hiding the pepper plant. And I can't even find the card to tell me what plant it is. What is that? A roulette heatless habanero. I found it. We're gonna tuck it back here. Okay, we're gonna go on down. My oregano is going to seed, which is good. So by me procrastinating, I can go ahead and head it. I'm gonna take about 8 inches off, and I'm hoping to save seeds off of this. The opal basil, it didn't grow, and now all of a sudden it's shooting up. So I'm so glad that I finally made the decision, because these seeds were gifted 6 years ago to me. I'm real curious to see what it tastes like. We have a friend. A bucket of zinnias that's hard to find for the oregano. More lemon balm. We're gonna span. And this is nothing but tomatoes. Hello, Lulu. And peppers mixed in. And y'all pretty well know where I'm at now, because we're facing the blackberries. And we have been eating blackberries every evening. You can tell there's no wind. Our spinner isn't going. Okay, we're gonna go to the first hoop house. It's in reference to where I sit. And remember those little tiny tomatoes? I planted 6 seeds and all of them germinated. Guys, look. I am so ready for them to turn on, and they're loaded in blooms, because I want to taste them. A couple of you said, oh, I've grown them and they are sweet. Here's another one. Look in there, loaded in tomatoes. So I'm actually really excited about these guys. Okay, we'll come on down. Most of these are all bells. And then we have the radishes. We pick, we eat a few, but I'm gonna have to get these picked because they're just out of control. Can y'all see all the little blooms? That's the mom, guys. Remember that we found 2 years ago when we were digging out the front? And it's the yellow one. Remember that little piece of purple, Mom? Look at it now. Okay. This is a lesson. Even though these are determinate, do you see my walk path? I don't have much one. So, I may stagger these every other because as we get down through here, we get into the squash. Now, we have harvested some zucchini and we've already eat them. The squash is loaded. This is the yellow straight, no, this is the crook neck because I see the little tail. Now on this side is straight neck, yellow squash. Another squash plant. And I'm not seeing any females yet. This is a zucchini. Because you can tell by the leaf, it looks like it's got a mildew or a fungus. That's a zucchini. Another squash. I've got a couple of zucchinis in here that's gonna be ready in a couple of days. And then we come down to the end. And I'm not really sure if this is a squash or I don't label them because, I mean, you can pretty well tell. I wanna say this is a squash. The mint has runneth over. Now, my paste tomatoes. 2 nights ago, we had a little rainstorm, winds, and it broke off a couple of limbs. So, moving to next year, we now know not just staking is going to work. We will use the square cages. My mind said I could just tootle on in here. I can tend to my beds. There's no tootling in here. The mint is coming out. I've had to put more stakes and do a chain link with the tomato clips. I have one there I've got to work with. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the square cages in with the tomato stakes. So we learned something about this bed. It's still gonna be perfect for my paste, but I've got to be more active and conscious of securing them for when they do grow. Okay, we're gonna walk around the side and you'll see what I mean. This is the great area. And I thought it would be, knowing where the shade is, that I would not have to shade cloth, but I'm definitely going to have to secure. But guys, I think we're gonna have a great paste tomato harvest because it is loaded in little tomatoes. Okay, we're on the back side of the garden and then we come down and this is just more, I believe these are bales. And I believe they're snackers and red bells through here because I'm low on bells. I don't have but a quart left in the freezer. So I wanted to concentrate on the bell pepper. And they've all got little blooms. Of course, there's more lemon balm. Now let's come down to this back row. We have an indeterminate tomato here. See, I put the indeterminates to the outside. But with the overflow, I had to put them into the hoops. And I've been finding a lot of this, and you'll have a couple of leaves broke off. Cucumbers are starting to trellis. This one has really taken off, guys. Okay, I do see a damaged leaf here, but it's not bad. We only had pea-size hail, but pea-size hail can pop your plants. Now this is all of the contender green beans. More of the contenders. And there's some more indeterminate tomatoes. if we turn around on this side, remember I had to replant contenders. The jade never came up. So I've got 2 here and 2 there. So that's fine. With the amount, I will be good because I will start again for a fall crop. This is what I wanted to show you guys. We've been coming out here snacking every evening. Matter of fact, I'm going to insert a picture right now what we harvested last night. This is the year for blackberries. That berry tone, I haven't found anything that competes with it. We'll be adding these 2 blackberries to this empty spot. Those are Arkansas Travelers. Those are cuttings off of the original one, and Mr. Danny at Deep South Homestead gifted me this plant. It was tiny cutting, and look at it. And this is what I wanted to share with you guys. Now, we've been able to harvest a lot of strawberries, and they are very large. But you see the spot on them? That's called black spot. So I never had a bug issue. Now, I was correct when it came to them making pure contact to the dirt, to the soil. I chose to put a barrier, which was the best thing I could have done. Well, we're going to be harvesting them, and as they come up, we're just going to harvest and get rid of them. I'm not even giving them to my chickens. Because who knew there was a disease called black spot? And you treat it with liquid copper. The time to treat is pre-bloom or in the fall. So I am going to go ahead, and it's not going to hurt, but I'm going to remove every strawberry because they're all going to have it. Like I said, we've been harvesting big ones, and I chose to stop giving them to my chickens because of the research that I done. Hang on, I'm gonna put y'all in a stand. My coffee's getting cold. So we've just been chunking them over the fence. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the berries, and I'm gonna do 1 application of liquid copper. I'm gonna do another application of liquid copper probably in July, but I'm gonna remove the straw and I'm gonna treat the dirt. And then I will put the straw back till fall, and that's when I'm gonna remove it so those pups can attach, and I can keep cutting them and adding them to expand our strawberry beds. But I'm gonna go ahead and do the liquid copper 3 times this year. And right after winter, before the blooms, I'm gonna spray liquid copper. And everything I read, that takes care of the black spot. So if a lot of you may think you have a bug disease or the snails, not necessarily. It mimics that, but it's called black spot. Now there's a extremely long word. Y'all know I'll chop it up. But it is actually a fungus. Where I got it, I don't know. But one of the ways you get it is it's already contacted the black spot at purchase or at harvest. So they could have already had black spot disease when I received them. Because remember, we only started off with 12 strawberry plants that was gifted to us when I went down to the Broussards. And I came home with 12 the following year, and I ended up with 21 or 22 strawberries. Well, then I purchased these channelers to go ahead and get them going. I can't say that's 100% where it came from, but it's very common. And the nurseries and the people that sell strawberries, they're not aware of this unless they have the mother or they're getting cuttings and selling those cuttings and they've been dealing with black spot, then they are aware. Sometimes, depending on who you're buying it from. They may be buying these in bulk, breaking them down and reselling them. Well, they wouldn't have a clue. So I'm not pointing the finger. I'm not going to use the company where I got the strawberry plants from, because I don't believe, well, one, I don't believe that they did the strawberries. It's starting to rain. So it's just, sometimes it happens, and you just can't point the finger, because it's very common for the mother strawberry to carry the fungus to the runners, which is the pups. And before the rain comes back down, Old Dominion Homestead, Miss Kim and Mr. Dave, we're gonna work on something. Okay, first she sent me this pretty streamer that once the storms are out, I'm gonna hang these throughout the hoops just to deter birds and things. And I've got an idea how I wanna, you know, hang them. I'm gonna do some stripes. Actually, I thought about cutting it in two. And you remember the old bead doors back in the 70s that we could walk through? I thought about making one end of each hoop house like a bead door, only using my streamer. But I'm excited to try this. That's not all that I got. And Miss Kim, you don't even know what this means to me. This is tomato hillbilly, okay? And if I read it right, it is an heirloom. Well, I've got a test we're gonna do together. And because you can do plants or tomatoes in my area a second round, we're gonna be growing these. Only we're gonna be watching these plants grow. We're gonna harvest. And every week, we're gonna work with our harvest till next spring when we get ready to plant. There is a way that you can get seed or get plants 100 in one pot. Now, I'm not good on separating, but the way it grows, it will be easy. I don't want to spoil the surprise, because this dear friend of ours, and I will share who she is once we get to that stage of preparing for next year, she has been educating me through daily, sometimes every other day, emails, sending me pictures, so I can absorb and learn this technique and try it right here. And she gave me permission to share it with you guys. Y'all, if I can get this mastered, and I'm gonna walk y'all all the way through as I'm learning, we can take one pot. We don't have to seed start. Well, if I say too much, I'm gonna give it away. Never mind. It's gonna be a surprise. So, Miss Kim, I did not have one heirloom plant because they do not grow in our area. Hybrids do. Heirlooms don't. I see Mr. Craig. This, honey, is the gift of all gifts, because I was about to order some heirloom tomatoes because it has to be an heirloom. So we're gonna put this little test together. And if it works, holy cow, I'm excited. So I've actually been in school 2 months now. 2 months I've been in school learning this technique. And I can't wait to show it with y'all. This is the garden update. So I wish each and every one of you mothers a happy Mother's Day. Make the memories. Spend time with your family. That's what we're doing this weekend. And if the weather cooperates, Buddy's taking me fishing, because that's what he asked. He said, what do you want for Mother's Day? I said, I want to go fishing. And that he will do if the weather works with us. I'm at the point of just putting a slicker suit on and going out there and fishing. I say that today, Sunday, and it's pouring down rain, I'll probably say, no, I don't want to go fishing. Sugar melts, but if you ask Mr. Buddy, salt floats. I'll leave that with y'all. Till the next one.